Hello everyone, hopefully you're all doing great and welcome to this little update video of my personal character. This is a hardcore ultimate Ironman in Pursuing, and as the title says, I got the legendary defender title on it. Level 20 max level. Here's also the survivor obviously, and if we check deaths, obligatory, we got 0 deaths, 143k XP since death. I wasn't really questing much on it after 20, but I still do quest on my main. Actually, this character came into existence when I died on my main to a disconnect. I do have 1 death there now, and I died at 350k XP, so while I was slowly working my way back up towards rank 3 survivor on the main, I wanted to have a character that I could just play on the side and progress, and I've really been enjoying this character. So for those of you that are not up to date on how Guild Wars Ironman rules work, I'm only gonna state the ones that are relevant to me in Pursuing, because this is obviously a perma Pursuing character. You cannot trade at all, that's pretty self-explanatory. Then there's no grouping, and usually you can group with other Iron players. I decided against that. I just want to be 100% solo. The only exception to that is I will group up with my ult when I need to drop some stuff. It's just one way from my Ironman to the ult. I'm not taking anything back, and it's just so if I get a spare char bag or a kit, or some dice I don't want or whatever, I can drop it over to my alt and then transfer it to my main so it doesn't go to waste on this account. And also I want to have cleaner bags because backspace is king, as always. Alright, so that's not grouping. Basically, whenever I group with my alt, it doesn't benefit this character at all, so that should put it more clearly. Then the hardcore part means you can't die. This also has some flexibility. Generally, people will either make it permanent death, like death equals delete, but some people will make it that if you get the survivor title or rank 3 survivor, then your character can die then. For me, it's cannot die ever. If this death counter changes from 0 to 1, it's delete on this character. And lastly, no bonus weapons are allowed, no crafting weapons is allowed, but consumables are allowed. In normal Ironman they are not, but for the purposes of this character I decided to allow myself consumables. If I farm them, I would like to be able to use them. So on the screen I will now show all the screenshots I got from the journey to level 20. I usually play in a different window size when I'm not recording, so I hope they will look decent in editing. They're little squares, and when I'm recording it's obviously for the good aspect ratio of YouTube. Anyways, so here's the slideshow, and what else I did on this character. After I hit Legendary Defender, I was grinding a little bit for the St. Patrick event, or actually during Legendary Defender that was, and after I finished there was the anniversary event, so I did grind a lot of that. We got a lot of stuff I didn't use up yet. We got pretty lucky with the delicious cakes, and since the event drops and Nick items are the only ones that can progress me towards the 3 consumable titles, I'm trying to get Nick items every single day, but as you can see I only have 200, so I've been really slacking on that because the character is like 2 or 3 months old at this point. So I will be using all of those soon to get some progress in the Sweet Tooth title and the other 2. I would like to keep my bags cleaner, so I'll only be keeping like honeycombs and cupcakes and golden eggs so I can pop them whenever I need. And I started another project on this character. I will be talking more about it in future videos, but in short, it's something that's called a Holy Grail. I basically copied it from another game, namely Diablo 2. I'm pretty sure other games also have a thing like that, but I know it from Diablo. And how it works is you have a spreadsheet. I prepared an empty spreadsheet that I will be discussing in a future video. And whenever you get items, you can mark them as obtained in the spreadsheet, and you slowly work your way through all the items available in Pursuing until you basically mark all of them as completed, and then you know you got every single item. And the hard part is you also have to get the purple versions of the items, so I can't wait to work a little bit more on that. I think I'm 30% done at this point in that, but obviously the purple part is gonna be a lot harder. We also got a bit lucky on the black dice, and a bit lucky is an understatement. On my main I got 1 black die in a year of playing, but on this character we got 5 in 2 months, so I have all my armor black, huge flags on Ironman. And then when it comes to the gear I'm using, the bow is trash. It's what I got during leveling and I wasn't able to find anything better. But since I'm fire based, I only use it for pooling pretty much. And the fire staff is, I think it's a decent one to start with. I got it during leveling, and then I inserted the hail and fortitude components. They're on the lower end, so I'd like to get the higher end pretty soon because HP is massive on a hardcore, obviously. So I will be focusing on that. If I get a +1 fire chance, I might be using that because I've been able to survive pretty decently. On the head, I'm using the minus wilderness survival. I also have a marksmanship rune that I will be using on my spare mask because I prefer to farm nick items with a bow instead of a flare, but I would like to have a better bow before doing that. And I have every single piece ruined and insigniaed except my boots. Lately I was lucky enough to get the minor vigor, so I'm really stoked to use that, but I've been really dry on kits. So we have to get our kit again, and then I'll be able to finish out the whole armor. And I think that's it. I think that's it for the progress for now. I will be posting more progress whenever I get something useful, let's say, or some good drops. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Oh, and I obviously forgot to talk about the build. I thought about the build extensively, and I think this is the best one I can get. Whenever I use bow, I obviously dump all my points from fire to marksmanship, but usually when I'm farming char or whatever, this is the build I'm using. We pumped fire magic to max because firestorm and flare are my most important sources of damage. And then we put a lot of points into wilderness survival. I think it's a little bit of overkill, but as a hardcore you can never be too safe, and Troll Unguent now gives 9 health regeneration, which is bonkers. So that's on 10 plus 2 with the mask. Then the rest went into expertise. 3 expertise is a breakpoint for, I think, cheaper Unguent and point blank shot. Basically 5 mana abilities are cost 4 if you have 3 expertise. Then the rest went into Beast Mastery. I could go down from Air Magic and pump 1 more into Beast Mastery, but I would like to have 2 magic just because it's also a breakpoint for Blinding Flash. It goes from 3 seconds to 4, and I would like to keep it on my bar just in case I'm overwhelmed by some melee char. And obviously Beast Mastery inherently increases the damage of your pet, so just dump the remaining points into that. Pretty self-explanatory, I think. So yeah, this is the build that's been working for me. As you can see, in the skills also I don't have the rest signet because I never partied with anyone to benefit from that, to do that quest, so it's uncompleted. I think I have the rest of abilities available. Lightning Javelin is not really worth using, in my opinion, even if I have that stoking 2 points in air magic. But Glyph is fantastic, and Aura is decent for farming bandits, but I don't use it at Char because Char Chaos are a pain and they will just damage you for it. So yeah, I think that now that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the future ones.